Capricorn, welcome back. If you are returning, this is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot. This is your weekly read. We're using the This Might Hurt Tarot. This Might Hurt Tarot, and we're going to do 3 jumpers out of here. Then we're going to do some clarifying cards from the Manga Tarot mini deck. And we will finish off with one oracle card from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. This is a general reading, and Spirit seems to have some trouble with what they want to tell you this week, Capricorn. They're very eager, and everything's jumping out at once. Let's try to center ourselves here. So it's a general reading for placement, sun, moon, and rising for Capricorn. If it's not resonating, don't force the fit, okay? More cards for Capricorn, please. A couple more cards for Capricorn. I think that's 2. And that's 3. Well, nobody else got 4, but I'll give you 4. That's my bad for thinking there were only 3. There we go. So what are we seeing here for you, Capricorn, this week? I see a little bit of disillusionment about love. Something that you were really, it's sort of a new, fresh kind of, doesn't feel like a relationship. It feels like a crush or somebody that you have thought fondly of and had hoped that might become a better friend or a closer partner. Things aren't working out there. There's a little hurt around there, and there's a sort of a sense that you're going to focus now on work, on money, on financial and material stability, and leave that love stuff for someone else. You're done with it. It didn't even become an actual relationship is the thing, and I don't really know what happened. We'll pull some clarifiers, but you are hurting right now about this. But you're also sort of accepting that it's better that it happened now instead of later when you may have been more deeply attached to this person and that would have hurt you more. The Death card's coming in and telling me that this is a necessary end, this infatuation or desire for this other is a necessary end because there's a new beginning coming for you and this wasn't where you're meant to be. I know that's hard to hear if you're in this space right now, so I don't mean to be hurtful and I don't mean to be callous about things, but that's what the cards are saying here. So let's see what we have. Clarifying cards that have come out. We have the 9 of Swords in reverse. You're released from a certain amount of anxiety by this development. That doesn't mean it hurts less, but you're not stuck in this space of worrying and wondering and stressing anymore. 5 of Pentacles in reverse as well. You're not feeling all ignored and left out anymore, so that's nice. Also, because you had been feeling sort of shut off from something that you needed or wanted, and now you're moving away from needing and wanting that thing, that person, that connection. King of Swords in reverse and the 6 of Swords in reverse. I just get a sense that your kind of your head is really noisy right now. There's a lot of Swords in reverse tells me there's a lot of overthinking. There's a stress here from mental taxation because you're thinking too much. And you're not feeling in control of your thoughts right now. You're not feeling like you can focus on being analytical. Your heart is hurting. And that can be a little odd for you, I think, to deal with that feeling. This isn't something you're used to feeling often or that you felt often. And part of your analytical mind is very confused about why your heart hurts. You didn't even date this person. You weren't in a relationship with them. Why are you so upset about this ending? This development where you can't be crushed out on them anymore for whatever reason. But you are hurting, and sometimes what the brain doesn't understand is that emotion isn't something you can reason your way through, and yet you need to make space for it, because we as humans are not just thinking creatures, we are feeling creatures. Let's see if there's just a few more clarifying cards here for you. Jumping right out there is Justice. So the necessary ending is accompanied by the sense that things are being set right, even if it's painful right now. Things are coming back into balance. It just wasn't where you were meant to be. Let's see what else we have, if anything, for you. One more shuffle here. All right, we have, oh, that's a lot of cards. We have this one in reverse, the Princess of Pentacles. This is possibly a lost opportunity. In the upright, that's the Princess is sort of like the Page of Pentacles, and in the upright, that's this strong, ambitious nature of wanting what you want and going after what you want. And in the reverse here, I see that as maybe that's where you were, where your mentality was, and it's no longer there. And you do feel a bit like you've lost an opportunity, and that's why your heart is hurting. The Fool in reverse tells me you don't want a new beginning. Sun in reverse, you're sad, you don't feel joy. 3 of Cups in reverse, you don't want to be with your friends right now either. You really are not feeling very social. You're hurting, that's why. I mean, I get the sense that whoever I'm reading for isn't used to this, like, heart-focused, heart-centered, not being able to think clearly and just really deep in the emotional soup. This is sort of a new thing for you. 4 of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords in reverse, and the 2 of Wands in reverse. So you're having trouble sleeping. You can't really rest because you had a plan and now that plan doesn't work anymore. Part of you understands, though, that you haven't lost everything. You still have much security and much, good fortune in your life, and you have a confidence about your ability to go out and make money, go out and create, and bring things into the world that are not yet in existence. And that's a comfort to you right now. You might try to distract yourself a little bit from this heart space of hurt by creating. I think that's what I have here. Let's take a look at your oracle card. Capricorn, I'm sorry that you're going through this. I know it hurts, and for whomever I'm picking up on, this is not something you're very familiar with at all. And the logical side of you is so confused about why this is upsetting. It's because your heart found something that made it spark. And now there's a dream that's dying, essentially. That doesn't mean a better dream won't come along. But you have to allow yourself the space to feel what you feel. Your oracle card is Taking Risks. See that? Pardon the noise from the other room. A little bit of flute practice going on in there. Taking risks. High plateau. A high plateau is a large flat area of land that is significantly higher than the landscape around it. The sides, at least 1 or 2, are sheer and steep. These formations are typically caused by the upwelling of volcanic magma, tectonic movement, or even erosion. Some indigenous groups call these tablelands Tepu. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, which means house of the gods. When you stand at the edge of one of the sheer walls, you can feel that you are in the place of the gods. The sacred landscape wants you to know, when you draw this card, it is time to step beyond your normal everyday life. Take some risks, face your fears, do things in a new and even unorthodox way. Listen more to your inner voice than to the voices and opinions of others. Rather than running from potential failure, embrace it. History has shown that those willing to face failure will often succeed in a massive way later. So, channel that hurt into creation, take some risks, go out there and be brave, and you'll find what your heart needs. This is painful right now, but it is a necessary end. And there are good things out there for you to discover, out there for you to create. I'm going to leave it there for now, Capricorn. I hope you have a good week. Hang in there. I'm going to be working on the March monthlies very soon. Get those out. And I'll see you next week. Thanks for supporting the channel. Blessings.